Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this Christmas hat or something. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and do not be intimidated. I had no idea what I was doing. I basically just figured it out using, I don't know, logic. I did use a sewing machine for this. I'll show you all the stuff that you need soon. But yeah, it's just a really fun, cute, comfy Christmas hat. You can use any kind of lining you want. You don't even have to have the lining, and any kind of red fabric, or why not go crazy with the colors. But here we go. Alright, so first the things that you're going to need are some of these needles with little ball things on the end. Yes, very technical. Something to draw on your fabric with, not necessary. Some fabric cutting scissors, and then of course some red fabric. I have this leftover fabric from my Halloween costume, and then some lining, and I have this furry fabric that I actually used a few years ago to make a stuffed animal penguin for my sister. And then a sewing machine, which is optional. If you have a lot of time, then you can use a needle, and of course some thread. So first you're going to want to measure the size of your hat, and I did it again very technically just by wrapping it around my head and just taking kind of a loose fit of that because I didn't want it to be too tight and to leave some room for the stitches and stuff. Then you mark it and cut it or rip it like I did here. Next you're going to want to determine the length of your hat, and I wanted quite a long hat, and I just kind of eyeballed it, and actually it ended up being almost a perfect square. So if you just want to right away make it into a square, that might make it simpler. But if you want to make it longer, then make it more of a rectangle. And shorter, more of a rectangle the other way. And again, rip. Here I had some difficulties, so had to cut it a bit again. But anyways, yeah. So here I'm just showing you that it turned out to be kind of a square. No, I'm not. I'm showing you to find the middle. Yes, you find the middle, then you mark a diagonal from the top middle corner to the end. And you don't really have to do it on both sides, but I did it here on both sides because actually you can just fold it in half and you just need one of the lines. And here I noticed a huge mess behind me, so I flipped the camera to the other side. A little bit late for that, but yeah. And next you fold it and put some of those little needles with the little balls on the end just to hold it in place. Then you can cut off some of the excess fabric now just to make it easier to sew. Yes, demonstrating cutting very well there. So I ended up with a little bit of extra at the end, but it actually ended up being a good thing, but it's not necessary. I made a second hat that didn't have that, so yeah. Next you're going to get your fur lining, and you're going to want to seam it on one end and then just wrap it around the bottom of the hat. So yeah, there I'm just putting it around the bottom of the hat, and then again using those little needles with ball ends to put it in place. Oh, now here I tried to sew it with the sewing machine and it was a big disaster. It got completely stuck. The fabrics were way too thick. So this part you're definitely going to want to sew by hand. So there I just went, put on some crown while I sewed it. Seam the end or flip the end there so that it's just all furry around. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, basically I folded it once on that end and then wrapped it around. Next we're going to make the actual hat or close it. So again, fold in half and then just sew along that seam. Vroom. And then again, just cut off any excess fabric. Be really careful not to cut over the part that you sewed. That's super annoying. Done that before. I'm time for the big reveals. Let's see if this even worked at all. I guess you already know.
Yes, I do know.
I don't know.
Okay, voiceover over.
Okay, the back I'm probably gonna clean up, but let's just see if it fits. I'm gonna take my hair down. I'm so nervous. Please fit my, oh, it's so comfy and soft. Oh, that's cute, I think. Ooh. Look at this. You guys. This is so comfy. And why does my hair look like it has beautiful curls in it? Magic hat that gives me curls. Cool. It is so comfortable and cute and Christmassy. Okay, I think, I can't quite decide. I think I want to make some kind of fur ball for this. So, I wonder if I could just sew some kind of square and then somehow attach it. So yeah, so I think I'm going to do. The other thing I need to look at is this back. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just try with the machine to see how much I could attach these to make it less like that. So this really is kind of good enough for me. It is the back of a hat, so it's not that big of a deal. But what I'm going to do is just do a couple stitches on the outside to pull these two gray pieces together. And I'm just going to do that by hand. And while I do that, I'm also going to do that ball. Like, I think just even that is good enough. Just something on the end. So I have this tiny square. What I think I'm literally going to do is just kind of maybe get a bigger square. I just hate cutting this at all. So yeah, what I think I'm literally, oh my god, fold in the seams, maybe give a stitch or two. But yeah, just fold in all the seams so that on the reverse side even it's like the edges are all furry, and then I'm just going to put it over the end and do a couple stitches and do something like that. As horrible as this is to sew and work with, is super forgiving because I did super loose stitches on parts of this and you can't see anything. It's very forgiving, so this is what I'm going to do, and I'm excited, except for this. I'm so not excited to clean. Oh my god. But yeah, going to go watch The Crown and sew those by hand now. Alright guys, so to show you what I'm doing, so literally I'm just folding this piece of fur after sewing the seams in a bit like I showed you around this and just forcing it into a ball shape and then just sticking the needle through the fur fabric and the two sides of the red fabric, and it's yeah, really not a science, but yeah, just forcing the needle through, holding it in this ball shape and just letting it go now and then to see what it's doing, and it's doing what I want it to, which is great. And I don't have that much string left, which is worrisome, so I'm just going to do the knot. Yes. And it looks like a ball. And literally just forced it into a shape of a ball and sewed it on. Not rocket science. And the hat is done. The ball, maybe not so ballish and perfect, but I was able to close up that back seam nicely. And yeah, it's really comfy. Maybe you would have liked this to taper a little thinner. So if you're watching this now, maybe make yours a little bit thinner or attach the ball a little bit lower. But I'm really happy with this, mostly because it's so comfy. And yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I wanted. It's obviously not perfect, it's not all even here. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you liked it, and subscribe to see more videos from me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!